What's up, this is CD Plays here, back with another video for you guys, and today in this video what we are going to be discussing is the new skill-based matchmaking system in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, how it is the same or different from Advanced Warfare, and who it affects and how it benefits or makes the game worse for them. Right, so for those of you who don't know what skill-based matchmaking is, it's the idea where you make it so other people are based against people of the same skill level based on things like score per minute and KD ratio, that sort of thing, and that provides an equal balanced game, and also helps players who aren't so good at the game play against people who aren't so good at the game either, as to not discouraging them from becoming really involved in the Call of Duty series that comes to follow. Right, so let's get talking about Black Ops 3 skill-based matchmaking. Originally, David Vanderhaar, who is the leader of Treyarch multiplayer Black Ops 3, he announced before the game that there will be no skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 3. Not obviously confirmed, not obviously officially announced or anything. Well, he did officially announce it. It just wasn't set in stone. He's left just slightly over a month for us to become adapted to the game, for us to find that sweet spot where our KD and our score per minute sits, so that now when he introduces skill-based matchmaking, it will work better as we've already had time to develop our stats. Now, the community of Call of Duty is actually outraged about this. This was one of the main factors that made people dislike Advanced Warfare so much, was the skill-based matchmaking. And personally, I don't like it either, but all of this started when David Vanderhaar simply sent a tweet saying matchmaking tweets for some of the new updates, for some of the main things. Right, so a lot of people are really outraged by this decision, as I just said. They don't like skill-based matchmaking at all. They think you should be able to roam freely, not have the idea where everyone should get a 1 KD in order to find their equal. But I think to myself, how will that work? If everyone has a 1 KD, no one can have a 1 KD in a way. Because if everybody has a 1 KD and everyone's different skill levels, that won't just work. So a different KD ratios, say if you have a 3 KD ratio and the person on the opposing team also has a 3 KD ratio, both of you won't be able to uphold the 3 KD ratio if you are both of the same skill level. You will go down, then you'll get against people who are worse, then you'll come back right up. So the whole system, I feel, is pointless, and actually I feel restricts the opportunities that you can have playing Call of Duty a lot, because it's not fun going into a game and just getting a kill and dying, getting a kill and dying, getting a kill and dying over and over and over again. A lot of people actually in Call of Duty have been going on Reddit and complaining about this, saying it's like, oh, I hate skill-based matchmaking, please take this out, things like that. And honestly, I am on the side where skill-based matchmaking should not be in the game at all, because at first it seems like, well, skill-based matchmaking, this is going to be great, everyone's going to be able to play at skill level, everyone's going to benefit from this, the people who just started the game, they'll be fine, it's going to be ideal for everyone. But it turns out that's really not what it is, and I found this out in Advanced Warfare, because that was the first time I really got stuck into a Call of Duty, and it was unfortunate because that was probably one of the worst Call of Duties. It was the first time I've actually got stuck into a Call of Duty, but I've played many other Call of Duties. I personally noticed a big difference yesterday, the day before I upload this, but today not so much. I actually got the gameplay you're watching today, which is with the M8A7 and rapid fire, but I have been noticing a lot of higher procedures in the last few days people who are not rushing out so much, people who are more stealthy, camping, hiding out. For example, one of the people I know who got the game yesterday, one of his first games, he went into a lobby with another person I know who I got a DNA bomb with in Advanced Warfare, my first and only DNA bomb in Advanced Warfare, and I was at a 1KD, and so you understand that he wasn't amazing at the game. But when he played with him, he got on a 35-17, and that friend is probably at the same skill level as I am, and so you can see how unbalanced it is for someone who just got the game, who hadn't had any experience of it before virtually, and how he just gets on a 35-17 almost straight away. And that was with one of my friends who has a lower KD ratio and a lower score per minute. So you can just see how much it has already started to affect COD community, and personally I believe they should remove it. Other people are starting to say this game is turning into Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3 is dead, things like that, because this is exactly kind of the road that Advanced Warfare went down. Skill-based matchmaking, weapon variants is a possibility. It's just not very good at all. So I think Treyarch really need to tone this down maybe. Even though I've been doing quite well in my games today, they really need to tone it down. You know, skill-based matchmaking always needs to be in a game, just so it's not OP. But it needs to be much harder to tell, and they should focus on connection quality instead. That's another thing I've been noticing. I mean, my connection's not very good anyway. A lot of good gameplays I have, I can't upload because of the lag in them, and that's really quite annoying. That's with my normal connection, but now I can actually feel the connection kind of withering away. Because in the daytime, when the connection's usually best, I can just feel it not being as good. I'm still getting the jump every few seconds, and it's not very nice at all for it to be laggy. Another point about the skill-based matchmaking is that the teams I've been noticed since I've been playing this game are actually really imbalanced. I think Treyarch needs to do a better job of balancing the teams, because often I mean it might just be me who's noticing them, who's not getting very even teams, but most of the time when I go into a game, we either completely dominate the other team, or we just lose straight, like outright. I feel like there really is no competition between the teams, and that really needs more balancing, so that the teams are much fairer between everybody, and it works better as a game. I believe essentially what David Von der Hart is doing right now, by this he's essentially turning multiplayer into an arena kind of mode where you're always faced against tryhards. You know, the higher your KD ratio is. Some people might argue that you're just being lazy, you don't want to play, you're not trying, but sometimes you just want to play, not to bother about it. And even though I'm only at a 1KD ratio, I still notice it, and I used to be able to get matched up with people who aren't very good at all, maybe get on a merciless every now and again, but now I can just feel that other people are so much better than me in my lobbies. I mean, I'm not really that good at all at this game. I'm an average player, I like to think. It's taken me about a day to prestige each time, which is the average amount for players in this game. So I'm really not a great player, I'm an average player, and it still affects me, so I really like it to be taken out of the game. Alright, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Hostile Hellstorm inbound.